There comes a moment in every life when emotion becomes the enemy. When anger burns your peace, when fear drowns your faith, when doubt whispers louder than your dreams. And in that moment you will face a choice, to be ruled by your emotions, or to rise above them. Most people never realize that their emotions are not commands. They are signals. Signals meant to be understood, not obeyed. But the untrained mind confuses reaction with it, lashes out, breaks down, gives up, all because it has never learned that true strength is silent. You've been told that emotion makes you human, and it does. But mastery over emotion makes you free, because until you can command your own inner state, you will always be at the mercy of circumstance. You'll think the world is against you when really, it's just mirroring what's inside you. The world doesn't make you angry. People don't steal your peace. They simply reveal the places where you've handed it away. You can't lead your life while being led by every feeling that passes through you. Emotion is energy, but it's your choice whether that energy destroys you or drives you. Look at the world's most powerful individuals, the thinkers, creators, warriors, builders. Do you think they never felt fear? Do you think they were immune to doubt or pain? No, they simply refused to bow to it. They learned to pause when others reacted. They learned to respond when others collapsed. And that's what separates those who rule their destiny from those who repeat their history. Emotion wants control. It feeds on your attention. Every time you react without awareness, you feed it. Every time you get angry because of someone's words, you give them power. Every time you drown in sadness without questioning it, you surrender your will. But the moment you decide, I will not be controlled, everything changes. Control begins not with suppression, but with understanding. The next time anger rises, don't fight it, observe it, feel it without becoming it. Ask, what truth is this emotion pointing to? Maybe anger shows you where your boundaries have been crossed. Maybe fear reveals where your faith has weakened. Maybe sadness uncovers what still needs healing. Every emotion is a messenger, and if you keep killing the messenger, you'll never hear the message. That's why awareness is the foundation of mastery. Without awareness, you are a puppet, moved by the strings of emotion, pulled by external forces. With awareness, you become the puppeteer. You move with intention, not impulse. And intention, that quiet, deliberate strength, is the birthplace of greatness. But awareness alone is not enough. You must train your inner state daily. You must wake up and command your energy before the world does. When you begin your day with chaos, the world will only give you more of it. But if you begin your day in stillness, gratitude, clarity, self-command, you create an armor no insult, no failure, no storm can penetrate. Discipline your emotions like a soldier disciplines his sword. Keep it sharp, controlled, and ready. A dull sword hurts its wielder more than its enemy. Your emotions are the same. Uncontrolled anger blinds you. Unhealed pain hardens you. Unquestioned fear shrinks you. But when you understand them, they serve you. They give you depth, empathy, and power, the kind of power that builds empires and moves generations. You become calm in chaos, deliberate in conflict, and dangerous in peace. Nothing can manipulate the man or woman who governs their own mind. Think about it. The loudest people, the most reactive, the quickest to rage, are they ever truly in control? Or are they controlled by the very emotions they project? You can spot the weak not by their silence, but by their inability to stay calm when tested. Emotional control isn't coldness, it's command. It's knowing you could react, but choosing not to. It's power restrained, strength channeled. And that control is magnetic. People feel it when you walk into a room. They sense it in your presence. Because peace is the loudest energy in the world. The mind is a battlefield. Every day, emotions will try to conquer it. But remember, no emotion is stronger than awareness. No feeling is permanent unless you feed it. And no external chaos can shake the one who has made peace their default. So breathe. When you feel anger rise, breathe. When doubt whispers, breathe. When fear tries to make you small, breathe. That single act of conscious breathing is defiance. It says, I am in control. Because the one who can breathe through emotion can bend the world with focus. You were not born to be enslaved by moods or ruled by triggers. You were born to lead yourself, and the one who leads himself leads everything. There's a reason so many people feel powerless. They mistake emotion for identity. They say, I am angry, I am afraid, I am broken. But that's not who you are, that's what you're experiencing. You are not your storm. You are the sky that holds it. Emotions pass through you like weather, but you are the constant above them. When you forget that truth, you get lost in the clouds. You think the storm is permanent, but it never is. The sky always returns to blue. It always clears, and so do you. That is the first secret of emotional mastery: detachment. Not apathy, not indifference, but awareness that you are more than what you feel. When you learn to detach, you no longer drown in emotion, you navigate it. You don't run from fear, you study it. You don't explode in anger, you channel it. You don't sink in sadness, you let it teach you compassion. The masters of the mind understand something most never will. Emotions are tools, not truths. You can use fear to sharpen focus. You can use anger to build boundaries. You can use pain to create purpose. But only if you are the one holding the handle. When you let emotion hold you, it will turn on you. Fear becomes paralysis. Anger becomes destruction. Sadness becomes despair. But when you hold emotion, when you stand above it with clarity, you can turn even pain into power. Belief is what fuels that clarity. You have to believe that you are bigger than what you feel. You have to believe that the storm within you can be tamed. Because the moment you stop believing you have control, you give it away. The mind believes what you tell it. Tell it you are weak and it will show you proof. Tell it you are in control and it will begin to obey. Every thought you entertain is a command. Every word you speak to yourself shapes your emotional state. So speak like someone who is building strength, not surrendering it. When chaos rises, remind yourself, I am the calm within it. When fear appears, say, this is temporary, and I am eternal. When anger knocks, breathe before you answer. Because emotions are visitors. They come and go, but only you decide how long they stay. Every time you resist the urge to react, you train your power. You become emotionally fit. And emotional fitness is more important than physical strength, because a calm mind can solve what a strong body cannot. It's easy to lift weights. It's harder to lift yourself out of anger. It's easy to endure pain from others. It's harder to endure the pain within yourself and still move forward. But that's the work. That's the real discipline. Discipline of the mind is not built in comfort. It's built in chaos. It's forged every time you want to scream but stay silent. Every time you want to quit but keep going. Every time you want revenge but choose peace instead. That's emotional mastery in motion. That's how you build strength so unshakable that no insult, no failure, no betrayal can pull you off balance. And let's be honest, balance doesn't mean you never fall. It means you never stay down. It means your center is stronger than your swings. It means your peace recovers faster than your pain. That's the mark of growth, not perfection, but recovery speed. So stop judging yourself for feeling. You will feel. You're supposed to. But emotions were never meant to control you. They were meant to move you. The problem begins when movement becomes manipulation, when your feelings dictate your focus. When that happens, step back, breathe, return to vision. Because vision is what brings order to emotion. Without vision, emotion runs wild. Convinces you to react to everything, to chase every impulse, to fight battles that don't matter. But when you have vision, you see clearly what deserves your energy and what doesn't. You stop letting small things steal big peace. You stop letting temporary feelings sabotage permanent goals. Vision gives your emotions direction. It turns frustration into fuel, anger into action, pain into progress. When your why is strong enough, your emotions obey your mission. They serve it instead of sabotaging it. Think about the people who achieved greatness, the entrepreneurs, the artists, the leaders who changed everything. They felt fear like you do. They doubted, they got angry, they broke down. But they never let emotion decide for them. They let it inform them, not define them. They learned the discipline of emotional distance, not running from what they felt, but refusing to let it decide who they became. That's what belief and discipline create together: emotional independence. The ability to feel everything, but be ruled by nothing. You can be afraid and still act. You can be hurt and still forgive. You can be tired and still rise. That is power, quiet, absolute internal power. And once you taste it, you'll never want to live without it again. Because no praise can lift you higher, and no criticism can pull you lower. You become grounded in something unbreakable. You become your own peace, your own anchor, your own authority. That's the ultimate goal: not to stop feeling, but to stop being owned by what you feel. To experience emotion without becoming its prisoner. To remain calm while the world loses its balance. That's not detachment, that's mastery. That's evolution. There comes a moment when your emotions stop being enemies and start becoming allies. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens through fire, through moments when your patience is tested, when your faith is shaken, when your anger tempts you to destroy everything you've built. But every time you rise above the urge to react, you reclaim a piece of your soul. You learn that emotional control is not suppression, it's transformation. It's the alchemy of turning rage into drive, pain into clarity, fear into focus. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What is this trying to teach me?" That single shift turns chaos into curriculum. You begin to see that every emotion carries a message. Fear says, "Prepare." Anger says, "Protect what matters." Sadness says, "Let go." And love says, "Expand." Once you understand their language, emotions stop controlling you because you've learned to speak their tongue. You become fluent in your inner world. You stop running from yourself. And that's when you realize, emotional control isn't about hardening your heart, it's about mastering your response. The world worships control over others, power, dominance, authority. But the greatest form of control is mastery over self. When you can stand in the middle of an argument and stay composed, when you can face rejection and still hold your head high, when you can feel the sting of disappointment but not let it define your worth, that's when you've crossed the invisible threshold between ordinary and unshakable. You start moving with a quiet confidence that doesn't need to prove anything. You stop chasing validation because you've already validated yourself. You stop needing apologies from those who hurt you because you've forgiven them for your own peace. You realize that emotional power is not loud, it's still. It's the stillness that commands respect without saying a word. When you reach this level, life doesn't get easier, you just get stronger. You stop expecting calm seas and start mastering your ship. The storms still come, but now you steer through them with a steady hand. You learn that no emotion is permanent, but the strength you build from mastering them is. Purpose becomes your compass. Without purpose, your emotions have nowhere to go, they scatter you. But when you live with purpose, your emotions serve something bigger than comfort. They serve meaning. You stop asking how to feel better and start asking how to live truer. That's what gives your emotional life direction. Not denial, but devotion to something higher. Every great person has learned this. Napoleon Hill called it emotional transmutation, the ability to take your strongest feelings and channel them toward a definite purpose. That's how genius is born. That's how leaders rise. That's how ordinary people do extraordinary things. Because they don't waste emotional energy, they redirect it. They turn emotional chaos into creative power. And you can do the same. Every tear, every frustration, every heartbreak carries energy. Use it, write with it, build with it, train with it, pray with it. Don't numb it, transform it. Because suppression kills spirit, but transformation creates power. One day you'll look back and realize that every time you were broken open, it wasn't to destroy you, it was to deepen you. To make room for a strength that couldn't have been born in comfort. To teach you that peace is not the absence of emotion, but mastery within it. That's the real victory, not a calm life, but a powerful mind. You can't control the world. You can't control other people. But you can control the inner response that defines everything that follows. You can choose patience over panic, courage over fear, love over bitterness. And when you do, your entire world begins to bend toward that choice. Because the outer world is only a reflection of the inner one. You were not born to be ruled by moods. You were born to rule yourself, to rise above the noise of reaction and lead from the stillness of vision. To be the kind of person who walks into chaos and brings calm. Not because you don't feel, but because you do. Because you've learned that emotion is energy, and you've mastered where to aim it. So the next time your emotions start to storm, remember this truth. You are the captain, not the current. You are the sky, not the storm. You are not what you feel. You are the one who decides what to do with what you feel. That's power. That's freedom. That's inner mastery. And when you master that, nothing, not fear, not anger, not chaos, not failure, can ever control you again. Because you've become the calm within the storm. And from that place you can build anything, overcome anything, and rise through everything. That is the moment your emotions no longer own you, because you've become the one who commands them. The one who creates peace in the middle of fire. The one who feels deeply but stands firmly. The one who controls their emotions before they ever control you.